and then this can be stuck somewhere, and then my guess is this magnetizes to it. That is very small. Today, a new and unique product. I don't know where to start with this one. It's kind of like a spy cam, maybe a nanny cam. If you have someone watching your kids, one of these would be good. As you can see from the box, it's a very, very tiny camera. It's controlled by an app, and of course, you're able to set this thing up, view this camera. I'm not certain, at this point, I'm not certain of all the features, whether there's an SD card slot or how exactly all of it works, but it's the X5 HD camera. Like I said, a spy camera, nanny camera type. So I've never had one of these. I've always wanted a spy camera, felt it was kind of cool, but don't have a need for one. So we're gonna get on the overhead rig, unbox this thing, then the app's right on the back of the box. We'll download the app, we'll test this thing out, and see exactly how it works. So click that like button, click subscribe, indulge in your life at Indulge Clothing for the merch. Now let's check out the X5 spy camera. All right, so this is the little spy cam, the X5 HD camera. Nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. HD camera on the side, and just a barcode on that side. And then the back has the app to download. Let's open this up. I have a feeling it's gonna be very small. Oh my God. I was not picturing that small. Okay, so first, oh, there is an SD card slot. USB charger on-off button. All right, so you have a whole little guide here. Also, where to get your IoT app. That's the app that it works with, but comes with a micro USB cable for charging. Oh, look at that. It even comes with a little tool. And then this can be stuck somewhere, and then my guess is this magnetizes to it. That is very small. Let me, yeah, see, just magnetizes. Okay, well, this is way different than what I was picturing. I love it. I mean, it's exactly like the picture says, but it's very, very tiny. I mean, you would never notice this in a house somewhere. You have a reset button here, which I guess this would be good for too. Micro USB slot, the on and off switch here, the micro SD card slot, and nothing there. Very, very cool. I did not picture it being this small. Like, this thing is really tiny, but very, very cool. Let me get my phone. We will get the app, make our account, of course, and set this thing up and try it out. I've had this thing charged in a couple days on the included cable, so it should be charged up and ready to go. A couple things on the specs on this camera. This is a 1080p spy Wi-Fi camera, and they call it spy because, well, it's so tiny. I mean, look how little that is. Has a 120-degree lens, and it records in full 1080p, 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second, and it works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. It does have night vision and prime motion detection, so whenever motion is detected, it'll send an alert to your smartphone. It has real-time monitoring and one-way audio, so live streaming videos can be viewed from your phone, of course, once you configure it to the Wi-Fi. And considering it only has one-way audio, that means that you can hear the voice of whoever you're trying to watch, but you don't have a way to talk to them. Now, it has loop recording and long battery life, so if there's not enough space on the SD card, the X5 camera will overwrite the old files. The battery is a 350 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, and it offers about 60 minutes of recording when it senses movement. Or you can leave it plugged in and have it record 24/7 when charging, of course, depending on your SD card. There is the option for cloud storage or SD card, which I would highly recommend. The SD card that goes right here. And with the account, you can even share the cloud account with a family member, so that way, you know, if you have this camera to spy on your babysitter, you know, you and your husband could see the footage. So we're going to take a little 32 gigabyte micro SD card and go ahead and slap into here. Bada bing. And then right here on the back is your app download. So I'm going to use Google Lens to grab this. And so I'm going to go ahead and install this app on my phone, and then we can continue the setup process. One quick side note, this does support up to 128 gig SD card. Alright, so we're going to open our app. We'll most likely have to make us an account first. Yeah, so let's sign up and make us an account, and then we'll come back here. All right, now I've made my account. Pretty straightforward, just email and password, and then get you and then they send you an activation email. Looks like they've updated the app recently. All right, now we're just gonna add the camera. So right here at the top is a plus sign. Needs my location. Sure, you can have it while I use the app. And we want Wi-Fi connection. And now we're going to turn the camera on. All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna tell it that I've heard the beep, even though I really haven't heard the beep. All right, we're gonna enter in our Wi-Fi info.
Please face the QR code towards the camera lens and wait for it to scan.
I heard waiting to connect. A new device joined my Google Home network. So that's positive. One thing I'll say is I feel they need to update their app to specifically work with this camera, because this camera doesn't have any speaker, it doesn't talk to you, it doesn't do any of that, and the app of course wants all of that. So let's see.
Pairing is successful. You can start using your camera now.
We're just going to name it Office and click Finish. All right, I don't want the cloud, so let me peel this sticker off. Let's take a look. There it is. All right, so now I'm going to throw this on its little magnetic stand, and I guess put it this way. There we go. And then I'm going to set it up here and try and get an actual little video clip from this. So this is an audio video clip from the X5 spy camera. And now here in the app, you can actually see me. See? Hello. And that will essentially do it for the X5 spy camera setup. And as I mentioned a few moments ago, this camera only has one-way audio, so it does not have a speaker, but the app will tell you that you've got to have a speaker. So how I got this to connect was I held the reset button with that included little pin for 10 seconds. I then waited about 30 seconds, opened up the app, just told it that I heard the ready to connect sound, even though it doesn't have a speaker, so I never heard that. Put in my Wi-Fi info, and then just used the camera to read the QR code, and it actually scanned, connected to my Wi-Fi, and is actually working as you've seen in my video. Hopefully they'll update the app to where you don't have to deal with that when you're setting up this camera, since it does not have a speaker. My guess is the app is made for all of their cameras, and their other cameras likely have a speaker, just this one doesn't. I think this is really great considering it supports 128GB SD card. It's really good for a small camera if you're trying to hide, to record something that may be going on in your house. Like I said, if you've got a child that's being watched by somebody that you don't fully trust, this thing is small enough to hide without them noticing. And yes, you can plug in the micro USB port and get full 24/7 continuous recording to the SD card. And with 128 gigs at 1080p, you'll probably get close to 2 weeks worth of recording on this card. So that's pretty good. But I like it. It's so tiny. Like, man, that's pretty cool. See? I mean, it's like you barely even notice it. That'll do it for the X5 spy camera setup video. I'll of course leave one of these linked below if you'd like to grab one off of Amazon for yourself. And if you can, click that like button for me, click subscribe, indulge in your life at Indulge Clothing for the merch. Now I'm gonna go shave, and I'll see you all in the next video. Deuces.